There is some new Power Rangers news, and we want to start with the saddest news. Hasbro is going to start the auction of all Power Rangers items through Heritage Auctions on October 18, 2024. We know that for quite some time now they had already reported about this auction, but they had not yet shown the items, and now they have already published them. Although some people had thought that only a few old items were going to be sold, the reality is that there are over 600 items, and included in this are items from Cosmic Fury, the last season of Power Rangers. All of these items include helmets, suits, weapons, monster suits, and many other props. According to producer Bennett, the items that are going to be sold were the ones that were created based on the original designs, since when the original suits were damaged, then they had to order new suits, and these are the ones that they are going to sell. The originals were delivered to Toei. We must admit that, despite being used items, the reality is that many look brand new, and perhaps this is because some of them were never even used in any filming. When filming any project, the producers must have many items so that this does not stop the filming, and many times some of these items are not used. Among the most viewed items are the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger suit, the Blue Ranger's Lost Galaxy Saber, the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger suit, and the Mighty Morphin Black Ranger suit that Adam used. Others that get a lot of hits are Kruger's suit, but I don't mean the Ranger suit, I mean his clothes and his dog head. There's also the RPM jacket, the White Ranger suit from the 1995 movie, the Andrus helmet, and the Alpha 6 suit. One of the biggest surprises has been the sale of the Cosmic Fury items, as many thought that due to it being the most recent season and that these items were not based on the Japanese version, perhaps they were going to keep them. Even the actress who played Amelia, the Red Ranger of Cosmic Fury, had written in her social media that these items could have been given to people who really wanted them, or maybe to the stunt experts who are the ones who use the suits in the fights. Since this is impossible, as Hasbro is determined to sell everything, the actress also said that she is going to try to buy her suit and the hammer at the auction, although there are some fans who also want to buy it. It is very likely that the Mighty Morphin items are going to be the most expensive items to be sold, but there is no doubt that the Cosmic Fury items are also going to be very expensive, since it was the last season that closed the Power Rangers universe. In addition to this, these items are unique as there is no Japanese version, and this makes them more valuable. An important detail is that this auction will be held between November 18th and 19th, but bidding will begin on October 18th. Obviously, this is done with the intention of increasing the prices little by little to generate more money. The deadline of the auction works to declare the final buyer, basically the one who offered more money for the item. I explain all this because there are many people who have never bought at auction and do not understand how this works, but they should know that this is how some auction sites still work today. Many are hopeful that these items will end up in good hands, as most Power Rangers fans do not have enough money to be able to purchase these items that are possibly going to be very expensive. My advice is not to get discouraged, and from October 18th go to the link that I am going to leave you in the description of this video, because even though many items are going to be sold at very high prices, there are going to be others that are not going to cost so much money, since maybe they are not such popular items. For now, the question on everyone's mind is, why is Hasbro selling all this stuff? The answer to this question is only known by Hasbro's bosses, but we can try to analyze the possible purpose of this move and what this may imply. There are several theories that we can think of, and that is that we still do not know the amount of money Hasbro can generate with these sales, but it is almost certain that it is not going to be enough money to be able to create a quality project in the future. Big projects require a very large budget, so the theory that Hasbro is selling this in order to get an income to invest in the next Power Rangers project is almost impossible. The more likely theory is that Hasbro is selling all of this to free up space and perhaps save money, since renting space to store such large items is quite expensive. Doing this will bring some benefits. For example, the items will be owned by fans of the series and won't be gathering dust in a warehouse. Another benefit is that they will have space to start putting items from future projects and thus begin a new story. The last theory is that Hasbro is selling all these items so they can recover some money before they finish burying the franchise, but this is a pretty silly theory since they could recover more money by selling the whole franchise. For now, we don't know what the future of Power Rangers is going to be, although recently Hasbro's president confirmed that they have secret plans for the franchise, and this raised the spirits of many fans. The problem with the president's words is that they can be interpreted in many different ways, since having plans can mean anything. The plans could be simply to sell more toys, or perhaps to create a trash series so as not to invest too much in the franchise. Let's hope the reality is different and Hasbro continues with plans to reboot the franchise to create a darker adult series. Another news we should discuss is the release of Power Rangers Prime, the new comic book saga, which is going to be released on November 14, 2024 and starts a new universe. For those who know nothing about Power Rangers Prime, we must tell you that this new comic book saga has no relation with the previous comics, since Prime represents a new universe. It's basically a reboot of the franchise in the comics, and everything you're going to see is new, although you're still going to see familiar characters. Despite this, it is said that the characters are not going to have the same personality. You are not going to be able to expect the same attitude, and they are just going to have the same name. This means that, for example, if you see Tommy in the comic, then he may have the same name, the same appearance, and maybe even the same color, but he's going to have the same personality. This causes Tommy to maybe be a coward, or maybe he can be a natural villain, or whatever. Despite this example I just gave using Tommy, the main Rangers of this saga are not going to be the mighty Morphin team, and according to the images that have been presented to us, it seems that the main ones are going to be the Samurai team. If you haven't seen any of the old comics, or maybe you were a little lost in those stories, this is your chance to start the stories from scratch so you can understand everything from the beginning. According to the information released by the creators of these new comics, this universe is going to be darker, more mature, and with deeper stories. The latest information on the internet about these comics is that apparently this first saga will be 12 episodes, and although we do not know if after this, they will publish new sagas, for now that is the only information there is. Write in the comments the items you would like to buy in the auction, like this video and subscribe to know more about Power Rangers Prime.